everybody, Kirk here from Tightline Films. You all know me, don't need to see me. My face is not pretty, so whatever. Okay, so everybody knows that in videography, cinematography, photography, blah blah blahography, filters are very important. They can help you control your depth of field, your feeling. They can add feeling. There's something that is there's a whole science to them, and there's a whole lessons. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is filters are important, and I'm still learning lots. But as I go, I find out how much more important they are. So over the years, I've started using companies by like Schneider and Tiffen. Those are the ones that I found the best. I've tried the Polar Pro ones and like the KF Concept ones and all the other ones, and Schneider and Tiffen are the best. I have not tried Nisi, but about a year ago, I started hearing about this company called Element Filters by a guy named Tucker Anderson, and he was on Instagram, and they're actually there. That's their Instagram, Element Filters. And they actually reached out to me through Messenger saying, or asking me if I wanted to test some of their filters out. And I unfortunately couldn't at the time because I just didn't have any jobs that lined up with using their filters, and I was good with the ones I had. So I kept an eye on them though, and now I've seen their products and I've been hearing a lot of good things about them. So I decided to order them. So they are here now. Yes, the box is open because I wanted to remove my address and stuff. The one thing I gotta say about them, and I bought these filters, these are mine, so I'm not being paid to say this, so I can say things like this. I have not yet used the filters, but Tucker, if you're watching this, please change your shipping to Canada. You gotta figure something else out. These sat in Richmond, where the people who know me, these sat in Richmond, which is a 20-minute drive away from me, for 10 days. They just arrived today. So if companies that are, we're all last minute, right? We got to be able to get these things faster. This was $47 in expedited freight from wherever they came from. Regardless, I've had other things that I've ordered from across the country for free freight that are already here. Please don't use Canada Post. Anyway, we're done with that. More positive stuff. So here are the two filters. The package is open to remove my address, but I'm ready. I have not yet seen these. Here we go. So what we got here? We got the 0.9. Start with that. Oh, thank you for your purchase. You're welcome. Okay, so right off the bat, nice. See this? Doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is. These aren't cheap. They're way more economical than the other ones on the market. But the ones that are out there, like here's one for instance. These ones from Tiffen. This is a very expensive filter. Way more than this one. They just send you a blank, generic bags that you gotta fill out. You gotta label them yourself. They don't even care to label them. So you know what? I like that attention to detail right off the bat. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but you know what? That's an extra step that a company's taking. Okay, here we go. Pouch is typical pouch, just like all other filters, because they probably all come out of the same place. I can already feel something that is making me excited, and that is the fact that, yes. As stated on their website, these are a true 4mm filter. A lot of filter companies out there right now are pushing the 2mm filters, and they're saying things like, oh, it's a lighter option and blah, blah, blah. We're talking 2 grams. Go to the gym. They're just giving you less for the same amount, if not more money, okay? Anybody that tells you standard is 2mm, you're just paying more for less. This is a solid chunk of glass. Okay, now what interests me about these is their IR&D, like their infrared cutting ability, is done through a mirrored process instead of like a dyed-in, blended, or impregnated process. From what I understand, like I said, I'm not a scientist, I'm not an expert in these things, but I'm interested in how, if you can see on the light here, see that, like that mirrored kind of colored coating? It's got a little bit of a hue to it, or a reddish hue. But if I flip it over, it's black. There's very little mirroring. But anyway, regardless of that, you can definitely tell the difference in the two, right? You know, here's this one. It's got like a red coating on it. You can tilt it up there and try and see the Komodo. So that way, avoid my face. But you can definitely see how it's got a reddish coating on the black. Now, hopefully I'm right here. The red coating is the mirrored side. This has to be facing out of your matte box. So like the red side would be facing your subject and the black side would be facing your sensor or your lens. Okay, so I'm pumped about that. So that was the 0.9. Okay, the other one I ordered was the 1.2. Okay, same thing, nicely packed. This is done for you. Yep, same thing. Nice heavy weight to it, nicely labeled, just like all our professional ones, like they should be. Nice rounded edges. What I'm noticing is this one has a slight different color to it on the mirrored coatings, but that's probably to do with, well, obviously that's to do with the fact that this is a 1.2, so it's a moot point. Moving on. So yeah, initial impression, very impressed. I have several jobs coming up here in the next week and a half where these are going to be put through the test. So stay tuned for my reviews of them doing actual real world usage. And you know what? Now that I've said that, guess what? We'll probably never see the sun again. Anyway, here they are, Element filters. Thank you very much, Tucker, for getting them. And Canada Post, thanks for taking care of them for 3.5 weeks. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. I actually like that scene. That's good. I don't know who I'm talking to. Okay. I'll put this in with my Christmas cards. Okay, so there's anything there. Oh yeah, anybody still watching? Oh yeah. There's the Komodo. Top down off my ceiling. My fish tank. Fish tank are actually the guardians. Okay, cutting.